As time goes on, Apple's iPad seems to always be the go-to for most consumers and creators out there. The iPad Pro and Mini have been absolutely fantastic, but every once in a while we get a new contender, and this time it's Samsung's new Galaxy S8 Ultra. This thing is absolutely massive, and it changes the way that consumers and content creators look at tablets. But if you think about it, how often are you actually holding a tablet? Unless you're a doctor or a pilot taking a quick glance, most of the time tablet users have their displays propped up, whether with a stand or against something that works. So with that said, should you still consider a massive 14.6-inch tablet like this that can pretty much double as a laptop? Here's my experience of using the S8 Ultra over the past week. The S8 Ultra kicks off at $1,100, and it has a beautiful design and display to go with its size. You have a 14.6-inch 2960 by 1848 AMOLED display, rocking 120Hz for its refresh rate. All of this is housed in a graphite aluminum chassis that is remarkably thin and lightweight. It's even thinner than an iPad Pro. Now, Samsung's clearly targeting hybrid users with this model that love the convenience of having a tablet that can double as a laptop. It does pack some of the best dual front cameras I've ever seen that sport 4K video quality, as well as auto framing that keep you in the action as you move around and multitask. You also have advanced noise reduction thanks in part to 3 built-in microphones, as well as software that tries to compensate for any other factors such as background noise, and it makes sure that your audio and your voice comes in crystal clear. Here, let's take a listen. This is what the microphone quality sounds like on the S8 Ultra. If you are new to the channel, please make sure you subscribe, and only if you end up liking this video, please make sure you smash that like button for me. But look at this webcam quality. Microphone aside, microphone sounds decent. What do you guys think of this webcam? This, I feel like, is the best I've seen out of any tablet or laptop out in today's market. I'm curious to know what you guys think about it. I think it looks absolutely fantastic, and look how wide it is. You got so much you can fit into this image. It makes it perfect, especially if you got another person in the video with you, especially when it comes to video calls, team meetings, and stuff like that. I feel like this is probably the best I've ever seen when it comes to, like I said, a tablet or a laptop out in today's market. You have 3 different models to choose from: an entry-level package that has 8 gigs of RAM and 120 gigabytes of storage, with the highest tier sporting 16 gigs for RAM and 512 gigabytes for storage. Now, personally, for creators and most consumers, if you're looking for something to replace your laptop, you would like to see at least 1 terabyte for internal storage, which this caters to thanks to the expandable storage up to that 1 terabyte mark. Its resolution does beat out the 11-inch iPad Pro and the previous S7 Plus tablet. However, doesn't really match up to the capability of the larger iPad with that Liquid Retina XDR display. Now, its massive screen is perfect for sketching and editing photos, and it's super responsive. Now, the S Pen itself is also included with the price point, so you don't have to worry about buying it separately, which in itself, this is very responsive as well. Now, the S Pen does charge conveniently here on the back of the tablet, and it sits there. When you have the case on, which we'll talk about here in a little bit, there's actually a bump that covers the S Pen, so you won't have to worry about losing it. But if you're multitasking or taking a break, you can also set your S Pen on top of the tablet where it sits nicely here. Just note that it doesn't charge in that position. Like I mentioned, Samsung did take it a step further and even outline space for it with the keyboard and case. Now, it's cover flaps, so you won't have to worry about losing your pen when you're on the go, but the optional keyboard and case does set you back $350, but at the same time, it doesn't feel cheap whatsoever. The keyboard actually feels really smooth to type on, especially with plenty of space between keys. Now, using it over the past week, it was apparent to me that the screen was a bit more reflective than I would like if I was somewhere outside. But at the same time, it does produce a beautiful vivid picture and was super smooth when scrolling thanks to that higher refresh rate. Brightness was also decent, but I feel like it could be just a tad bit brighter, especially in direct sunlight. With the enhanced Samsung DeX system, this device goes from a tablet to desktop in the blink of an eye. Setting the stage for using the S8 Ultra as a second monitor with transparent app windows if you would like to multitask and share the tablet screen on an external display. Now, yes, I know what you're thinking. It does have a notch. But just like the iPhone 13 Pro, I'd say that the notch really stopped bothering me after the first day or so, and it actually fits very well with the screen. What would probably bother me a little bit more, as you guys can see, is the reflection. Can you see yourselves? Yes. There we go. I'd say the reflection bothers me a little bit more than the notch does. The notch actually I stopped worrying about, and it's actually integrated very well with this display. Unlike the single 12 megapixel cameras you see in the standard S8, you now have dual 12 megapixel sensors with the S8 Ultra that cover both a widescreen and main camera look. The back of the tablet also houses both 13 and 6 megapixel cameras, just like the other S8 models, which are perfect for taking photos of documents and other important things that need to be captured. Now, please don't be that person that walks down the street with a 14.6-inch tablet taking photos. Hey, want to take a picture? Hey, photos. Hey, wait, hold on. Let me get my camera. Hey, let's take a photo. Please don't be that person. Guys, I've seen it before. I haven't seen it with a 14.6-inch tablet, but I've seen it with the massive iPads before, which are obviously a little bit smaller than this. Just don't be that person. Please save yourself the misery, the embarrassment. All right, nothing really surprises me anymore, but I thought I should mention it. Like I mentioned, its auto framing technology keeps you in focus during calls while zooming in and out. But what's more impressive is just how much room the tablet captures with its wide angle look. It even adapts to fit more than one person in the call. Both the front and rear facing cameras also give you the option to record in 4K, which makes this a nice addition to those that might go live and try and stream while creating content for social media or other projects. Those projects can then let you use your S Pen, your stylus, to edit those videos in detail once LumaFusion is released and in full effect. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, massive tablet, big screen, battery life must suck, right? Not exactly. 15 hours of battery life, total playback time on a full charge, and it goes from 0 to 100% in less than an hour and a half, thanks to 45-watt charging. Somehow these guys over at Samsung fit an 11,000 milliamp battery in this thing. That's thinner than a pancake. Not to mention you could also charge other devices connected through the USB Type-C port while you're using this tablet. For performance, we have Snapdragon 8th Gen 1 processor powering this thing with Wi-Fi 6 and Bluetooth 5.2. And for the most part, overall, it's a great experience. It's the most powerful chip you can pick up in an Android tablet, and for now, something I've only seen in the S8 lineup. It's also the same chip that's shared among some of the top tier Android devices that we see out in today's market. For its software, you're rocking Android 12 and Samsung's One UI, which if you love devices like the S22 Ultra, this thing is going to be absolutely perfect in your setup. Which, by the way, day in the life is coming on this, so if you want to see that review, make sure you guys turn on your post notifications. Now, gamers, I didn't forget about you guys either. Running games on this massive, vibrant display was a great experience as well, and something I've never done on a tablet, especially at this size. Typically, I'm just editing photos and using it as a secondary device for taking notes, video calls, or checking up on comments when I'm streaming. But this, I feel, gets even closer to bridging that gap between a hybrid tablet and laptop. Overall, it was a fantastic experience, and I could say with confidence, this monster tablet is definitely worthy of its Ultra name, if you can overlook its massive size, which really shouldn't be an issue thanks to its thin and light form factor. But I'm curious to know, would you guys spend $1,100 on this? For me, I absolutely love it. It's probably the best tablet I feel like you could pick up in today's market, and I'm going to be using it going forward. But I'm curious to know what you guys think, so make sure you let me know down below, where you'll also find links to everything that we covered in today's video. If you want to see more, make sure you follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DetroitFury. And if you enjoy this content, please make sure you smash that like button for me, subscribe, turn on post notifications. It really means a lot to me. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in my next episode. Peace. You gonna get in the mood to make this video, or are you just gonna sit and stare at phones? Oh shit, is that a scratch? Fuck. Well.